Welcome back, students. Hope you enjoyed the last video. That was photosynthesis, and now we'll discuss about heterotrophic mode of nutrition that takes place inside some kind of plants. So there are basically four types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Those are parasitic, saprotrophic or saprophytic, and insectivorous, and the fourth one is symbiotic relationship. First one, let us discuss about parasitic mode of nutrition. In parasitic mode of nutrition, what happens? What does parasite mean? Parasites are some kind of organism which can't prepare their own food. They have to depend upon their own food. They they absorbs their nutrients from host body. That means they live on some kind of host body, and from their from host body only, through host body only, they can suck or absorb. From host body only they can absorb nutrients. So what happens in some there are some kind of plants, few plants which are not having chlorophyll, either not having chlorophyll or maybe they are having chlorophyll but can't get the rest of the materials which are required for photosynthesis. So there is an example, Cuscuta. Cuscuta is a plant which is complete parasite because it is not having its chlorophyll. So it feeds on, it sucks or absorb nutrients from the host plant, where it is usually found like in tangle wrapped around the stem of, it wrapped around the stem of some host plant, green plant, and absorb or suck nutrients from that host plant only. So Cuscuta is complete parasite because it is not having chlorophyll. There is another example of parasitic mode of nutrition, that is mistletoe. Mistletoe is a plant which is having its own chlorophyll. It is having chlorophyll, green leaves, and but it is also found found on the branches of some tree, green tree, and because its root can't absorb water from the soil, so it has to depend upon green plants for getting water. What happens, the roots of mistletoe absorbs water from the host plant, and then mistletoe can do the process of photosynthesis. So it partially depends upon green plants or host plant for their food. So in case of parasitic mode of nutrition, there is a host plant and there are some parasitic plants. The root of those plants suck nutrients from host plant. So this is parasitic mode of nutrition. Now next one is saprotrophic mode of nutrition. In saprotrophic mode of nutrition, the organism, the few plants which feed on dead and decayed matter found in the atmosphere. So whatever the organism, there are some dead and decayed matter which are found in the atmosphere, on the soil, or anywhere. There are few microorganisms which can get their food by releasing digestive juices on dead matter, on dead and decayed matter. They release digestive juices on that matter, and those digestive juices just just breaks that dead and decayed matter into smaller parts, and then those microorganisms absorbs nutrients from that dead and decayed matter. These are fungi and bacteria. So that is why, because it feeds on dead and decayed matter, it just break down the dead and decayed matter. That is why these are called decomposers. These can decompose dead matter and purifies our environment. So these are at the same time, these are environment cleaner. Third type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition is insectivorous mode of nutrition. In insectivorous mode of nutrition, what happens? There are few plants which grow. Those plants grow on the soil where there is lacking of certain kind of minerals like nitrogen. There is deficiency of nitrogen, so they can't just fulfill the all the nutritional, all the requirement of their body by the process of photosynthesis, or they can't fulfill their nutritional requirement because there is deficiency of certain kind of minerals like nitrogen. So they feed on insects to fulfill the that mineral requirement, that nitrogen requirement. What happens in these plants, inside their body there are some kind of tiny hairs are found, and those tiny hairs, whenever the insects sit inside their body, the part of body where some tiny hairs are found, then quickly those hairs just entangle those insects, and then these plants releases digestive juices and digest the insect. Examples are pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. Let us see how does it happen inside its body. This is a pitcher plant. When some kind of insects enter its body, then there are tiny hairs are found inside the pitcher like structure. This pitcher is actually a modified leaf, and the tip of that leaf modified into a lid like structure, a cap like structure. Then what happens when insect come inside its body, then the tiny hair entangle those insects, and after that there are some sticky substance are also found, and from those part some kind of digestive juices are released by the pitcher plant. They releases some kind of digestive juices and digest the that insect and get nutrients. At the same time, as soon as the hairs entangle insect, the lid of pitcher plant just cover it, just close the its opening, so that the insect will be not able to come out, and then it digests insect, and it gets complete nourishment, complete nutrition. So all the plants like pitcher plant, Venus flytraps, and you, all these are example of insectivorous plants or carnivorous plants, and they depends upon insects for their food. Now the last one, fourth type. Fourth type is symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic means when two things get mutual benefit from each other. So in case of plants, there are two plants which mutually benefited from each other. Now how they get benefit from each other, how they are benefited from each other. Example is lichen, and lichen is a combination of alga and fungus. What happens? Alga is a green plant, and it can microscopic as well. Both are microscopic. Alga and fungus both are microscopic. So alga is having chlorophyll. It can prepare its own food, but it require water, and that water and minerals are provided to alga by fungus. So fungus gives shelter and water minerals to alga, and alga prepare food by the process of photosynthesis and supplies food to fungus. So both of them get benefit from each other. These kind of organism comes under the category of symbiotic relationship. So the chapter nutrition in plants is over here. We just have a look on the screen, then we will discuss more. Okay, so we learnt about the nutrition, nutrients, then types of nutrition, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. In autotrophic mode of nutrition, process of photosynthesis, then heterotrophic mode of nutrition. 5 things we learned.